Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawah from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and the truth. The Lord willing, it can be edifying. And interesting article right here at zeroheads.com. All right, we're going to link it to biblical prophecy. All right, because World War 3 is, in fact, here. All right, it ain't no it's coming. It is, in fact, here. All right, we are in the beginning stages of it. And it's going to end, all right, with nuclear annihilation of America, Babylon the Great. The whole world isn't going to be obliterated. All right, but America will be exterminated from the face of the earth. All right, and that's thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. Don't quote me on it. The Lord said it. The Lord declared it. So let's go ahead and get into this, all right, because these people aren't preparing. All right, it says, if everything is going to be okay, why are the U.S. and the EU feverishly preparing for World War 3? All right, and short answer is because the Lord is making them do it. All right, and they don't want people to panic because they want, and ultimately it's the Lord, that has these people in this docile state because it's going to come upon them as a thief. All right, here it is in Russia, man. They do nuclear preparedness things and, building shelters and shit. They ain't building none of that shit here because America's pride, right? You do have peppers and shit here and there, but America's pride is the Lord has got their guard down. And he did it for a reason. Okay, it's going to come upon these people unaware. They're so pompous that they think nobody's ever going to hit them. The scriptures speak about that. So it says, if there's going to be peace in the Middle East, which there's not, it says, why has the Pentagon sent 25% of our entire fleet of B-2 stealth bombers to the region? And if there's going to be peace in Europe, why is the European Union telling all their citizens to store up food and water for a war with Russia? We keep being told that everything is going to be okay. All right, they giving you, you people want to hear those smooth words. All right, that's what y'all want to hear. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. Y'all want to be caught up back to sleep. All right, like I was watching, all right, the brothers in GMS Raleigh. It might have been them. Oh no, actually it was the Slakia. I stand corrected. It was the brothers Gabarim of the Most High. I was watching their camp yesterday, and they made mention of, how they were walking down the street, and if you just walking into everyday life, you go to the store, whatever. These people have no idea what's going on. All right, you would think that nothing's happening, nothing's ever going to happen, and that's why we continue to watch. The Lord told us to watch. All right, don't be like these people that are so into their lives and, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that they don't understand that that prophecy is being fulfilled. All right. So again, it says, we keep being told that everything is going to be okay. But meanwhile, Western officials continue to make moves that indicate that more war is coming. All right. The Lord said, prepare war, Joel 3. It says, according to Newsweek, the United States has significantly increased the military presence in the Middle East during the past couple of weeks. And that's the region where, the Lord is gathering the nation. So further proof that, this is World War III. It says the U.S. has significantly increased the military presence in both the Gulf and Indian Ocean, deploying B-2 stealth bombers, cargo planes, and aerial refueling tankers alongside key assets like the USS Carl Vinson and USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carriers. I am particularly concerned about the deployment of highly advanced B-2 stealth bombers to the region. And they're doing that because they're about to fight with Iran. All right, they're not doing that necessarily. They already been aiding Israel. All right, but when you pull out them big boys, them B-2 stealth bombers, all right, that's for war with Iran. They're getting ready to attack Iran. All right. It says it is being reported that at least 5 B-2 stealth bombers have been deployed to the island of Diego Garcia. The United States, or the U.S. military, has sent at least 5 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to highly strategic island off Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. These heavy bombers can obliterate targets with their huge 25-ton bomb payload per jet. This means the U.S. deadly fleet of 5 could carry an astounding 125 tons of bombs. For those that do not know, Afghanistan was relentlessly bombed by U.S. air assets based in Diego Garcia during the invasion of that nation in 2001. And it said, hey, you know, they used this shit when they went to war with Iraq. So what does that tell you? They're about to use it again because they're about to go to war with Iran. And those B-2 stealth bombers, I think they cost like $1.2 billion a piece. You know, those some big boys. So they used them in Iraq back in 2001. So they about to use them in Iran, you know, Lord willing, in 2025. It says in Iraq was relentlessly bombed by U.S. air assets based in Diego Garcia during the invasion of that nation in 2003. Currently, the U.S. only possesses 20 B-2 stealth bombers, and so that means that 25% of them are now in Diego Garcia. It is being speculated that these B-2 bombers could be involved in the ongoing campaign to bomb the Houthis in Yemen, but it is important to note that these B-2 bombers would also be ideal for carrying out the sort of bunker buster strikes that would be necessary to take out Iran's nuclear program. See? All right, hey, 2 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, all right, you would have called us nuts, conspiracy nuts, so y'all are crazy. All right, but now it's at the door, and you people don't know how to do it. So you people, you know, because y'all are ill-prepared, y'all just want to act like it's not happening. All right, but it is happening, and it's going to affect everybody's life because, hey, that war is going to, man, you know, a major war, man, the stocks are going to tank. Well, the stocks are already going to fucking tank. All right, but the stocks are going to tank. You know, the economy is going to fucking crash, and you people's lives are going to be literally ruined. All right, everything that you hold so near and dear to yourself is about to be taken away from you. It says, we do know that President Trump recently delivered a letter to the Iranians that gives them a choice with a very clear deadline. And the Iranians, they're not dealing with America. They ain't dealing with no treaties or nothing like that. You know, they're trying to denuclearize Iran. All right, but that's not going to happen. It says either the Iranians must make an agreement to end their nuclear program within 2 months or they will be attacked. So that deadline is coming up. Recently, President Trump revealed that he had sent a letter to Tehran demanding a new nuclear agreement within 2 months or face significant military consequences. With negotiations stalled and the deadline looming, the diplomatic window for de-escalation is quickly closing, leaving military action as an increasingly likely outcome. This is war talk, man. All right, this is wars and rumors of wars. Let's go ahead and grab this real quick, and then we're going to jump back into it. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, so World War II ended approximately 80 years ago. All right, and World War III is right here, and time moves differently according to the Heavenly Father than it does with us. So it is coming quickly. Yes, 80 years isn't a long time in the eyes of the Lord. 1,000 years to us is one day to the Lord. All right, so, you know, time moves differently. So, yeah, it did come quickly. All right, and this war, as we know, let's go ahead and grab it. This war is going to go nuclear. That's why you're having these, that's why Yemen is sending these hypersonic missiles, ballistic missiles and shit to Israel, even though they're thousands of kilometers away. All right, this is that new type of warfare. Yeah, you're going to have your ground troops and shit like that, but that's just, you know, they just missile meat. This is Isaiah chapter 9 and 5. All right, and this is how war used to be fought. It says, for every battle of the warrior, all right, and might I remind you that the Bible was written thousands of years ago. Okay, so this was prophesied from the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai with the inspiration from on high to write these things down, even though they didn't even have this type of warfare. But now it's here, and now it's plain that this is what this is speaking about. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5, for every battle of the warrior was with confused noise. You know, they screaming, ah, you know, and garments rolled in blood. You know, it's bloody. It's up and close and personal. It says, but this war, all right, this third world's war, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. All right, and the Lord created the smell. Let's go ahead and grab it. Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coal. That bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So the Lord put it in their minds. All right, these, because a smith, what's a smith? Somebody that works on something. So you got a blacksmith, you got a, different things like that. They add smith to it. And that's somebody. So the Lord created the smith that bloweth the coals and, to create the waster to destroy. And that waster is the ICBM those thermonuclear missiles, man. The Lord put it in their mind, if you watch that movie Oppenheimer, to come up with this. Why? To be the weapons that the Lord uses to destroy this power structure. Let's get this. And that's what they're trying to take away from Iran. That's what America's trying to take away from Iran. Because more than likely they have nukes from, their close military alliance with Russia. They probably already have nukes, man. Let's get this. This is Isaiah chapter 13. All right. Man. I started at the top. It says the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain and exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, and a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of the nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. So the Lord is gathering these nations for World War III. That's plain. The Lord just said he mustereth the hosts of the battle. Hosts meaning armies. Verse 5, it says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of an indignation to destroy the whole land. So the whole land of America is going to be destroyed. All right, they're going to come they're going to come across oceans to obliterate this place. Okay? That's the day that shall burn as an oven. That's the day where the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and all the proud and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. We're coming to that time swiftly. We know the MOTB still has to be declared. All right, but hey, we're close because they're running, that time frame for America. I mean, that time frame for Israel, not Slovakia. That time frame for Iran is coming up, man. To denuclearize. And now they're going to attack them. And what is that going to bring? All out war. Because according to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, okay, Gog and Magog, which is Russia, is going to be a guard unto Persia, which is Iran. Biblical prophecy is literally playing out. The Lord told us that we would see wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. We would see uproars of the people. All right, we are absolutely in the end. We're in the end, but of course, still things are going to happen. That don't mean the missiles are going to fly tomorrow. All right, but hey, this should perk some ears up, but it's not. All right, that's the point of that video, of that article. These people, although all of this is happening, they still have no discernment that this is going on. It says, verse 6, howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another, their faces shall be as flames. Verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger. All right, that's going to be a nuclear annihilation, man. To lay the land desolate. What land? America. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. All right, but the elect is going to be redeemed from this land. We're going to be called up into the clouds, Lord willing, we be of that fold. So I just brought that out. The Lord, brought forth his weapons of his indignation. All right, the chariots going to play a part in that too. All right, but this is what, this third world war is going to be revolved around. It's going to go nuclear, man. It says, the Iranians have already told us that they have no plans to negotiate. So it's only a matter of time. It says, so it appears that it is just a matter of time, like I just see, before the second option is implemented. In a recent interview with Face the Nation, National Security Advisor Matt Waltz made it clear that there will be no compromises. Iran has to give up its program in a way that the entire world can see. Mike Waltz, Trump. And who was America to declare this shit? All right, these nations ain't fucking with them no more. It says Trump's national security advisor said during a separate interview on CBS News, Face the Nation this weekend. It is time for Iran to walk away completely from its desire to have a nuclear weapon, and they will not and cannot be allowed to have a nuclear weapons program. This is its weaponization and its strategic missile program. If B-2 stealth bombers start hitting Iran's nuclear facilities, we will officially be at war with Iran. I hope that everyone understands the implications of that. Meanwhile, the European Union is pushing for every household in the 27-nation bloc to prepare an emergency kit in case a direct war with Russia breaks out. War is inevitable, man. European Union bureaucrats are pushing for every household in the 27-nation bloc to prepare the kit for war and natural disasters. It is expected that it will be part of the union's broader preparedness strategy. See, America not doing nothing like this, though. All right, they got it set in their minds that they're not going to get hit. It says amid the threat from Russia. Key items they will ask the bloc's 450 million citizens to gather, including water, energy bars, and a flashlight. Why does every home in the EU need to prepare for war with Russia if there's going to be peace? See? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh, right? It says the EU bureaucrats know something that the rest of us do not. Sadly, it appears that even the very limited agreements that Russia and Ukraine just agreed to are not going to hold. The Ukrainians just launched more strikes against Russia's energy infrastructure, and the Russians just keep sending waves of drone attacks at Ukrainian cities. Overnight, Russia said it had taken down 9 drones, including 2 over the Black Sea. It also said Ukraine tried to attack a gas storage facility in Russia-occupied Crimea and energy infrastructure in Russia's Kursk and Bryansk regions. Ukraine said it conducted no such strikes. Their line. Ukraine's military reported 117 Russian drone attacks overnight. Local officials, and this is recent, man. Local officials said the city of, I'm not even going to try to say that, had been hit by the biggest drone attack it has faced yet. I asked the average nigga if he keeping up with this, man, and he not. He don't know what's going on. That's why the 2/3 of our people, they about to be taken by this. Hopefully both sides will come to their senses, because this is our one shot at peace. Peace not coming, man. If negotiations ultimately fail, it is inevitable that both sides will escalate matters. And NATO Security General Mark Rutte is warning that an attack on Poland or any other NATO member will be met with full force of this fierce alliance. All right, and NATO has something called Article 5, and America, as of right now, is still a part of NATO. So that's direct conflict with Russia as far as NATO, and that's direct conflict with Russia as far as attacking Iran. Because Russia and China are not going to sit back and let America nuke, or not nuke them, but attack Iran's nuclear facilities. They're just not going to let that shit slide. It says, if anyone were to miscalculate and they think they can get away with an attack on Poland or any other ally, they will be met with the full force of this fierce alliance. Our reaction will be devastating, he declared in Warsaw. This has to be very clear to Vladimir. Oh, he called his whole damn name out. Putin and anyone else who wants to attack us. So, hey, man, these nations are popping shit. They getting ready for war. Those are unusually strong words. Is he expecting something to happen? Ominously, we are being told that 4 U.S. soldiers were just found dead near Lithuania's border with Belarus. For U.S. soldiers have reported been found dead in Lithuania after going missing during a training mission. A major search operation was launched after the tracked vehicle they were traveling in disappeared at around 4:45 p.m. yesterday. Oh, so man, it's a lot coming out. The embassy in Vilnius has yet to confirm the deaths after releasing a statement to confirm only that 4 soldiers were missing, but speaking to reporters while visiting Warsaw, NATO Security General Mark Rutte said, whilst I was speaking the news came out about 4 American soldiers who were killed in an incident in Lithuania. As he confirmed, he had no further details. The search involving Lithuania and U.S. assets has identified a possible location of where they believe to have disappeared. This is a very alarming incident. Hopefully, we will learn more details shortly. This is one last thing that I wanted to mention today. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky just told European journalists that Russian President Vladimir Putin will die soon. Woo! Oh, shit. Vladimir Zelensky has predicted that Russian President Vladimir Putin will die soon in a candid assessment as he discussed the war on Ukraine. Speaking during a roundtable with journalists including the BBC's Jeremy Bowen, the Ukrainian leader said he will die soon, and that's a fact. It will come to an end. Oh, shit. What an irresponsible thing to say. Yes, Putin has been experiencing health problems for a long time, but if Putin does die soon, the Russians will remember what Zelensky just said. At that point, it would be and it's up to the Lord if he dies, man. Or the Lord could be using them to send them missiles off. It says the Russians will remember what Zelensky just said. At that point, it would be exceedingly difficult to convince the Russians that nothing nefarious was going on, and getting both sides to agree to a sort of peace deal will almost certainly become impossible. We are at such a delicate moment. The decisions the global leaders make over the next several months could dramatically alter the course of human history. And right now, I am not particularly optimistic about the things, where things are headed. Hey, man, we optimistic. Let's get something concerning these world leaders, all right? Because it ain't up to them. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1, the king's heart, all right, these different leaders would be considered kings, nobles, diplomats, whatever. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So if the Lord is saying it's time, if the allotted elect is sealed, war is about to break out. All hell is about to break loose. And ain't nobody about to stop this shit. This is beautiful. We in the end. This is the end, my friend. We're going to finish off Joel 3, all right, and 9, all right, because it's being prepared. Joel chapter 3 verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears, let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So the Lord is quickening the spirits in these nations, especially the Houthi and the Yemens. That's a true definition of let the weak say we're strong. All right, the way they've been attacking U.S. aircrafts and shit, and sending them strikes on Israel. Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened. We're living in this moment right now. Written thousands of years ago, and we're living in this moment right now. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of the Lord's judgment. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Right? The harvest is ripe. It's time. Come get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.